show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn me deep. All by this bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn me deep. All by this bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm first thing ballin', trying to get my bread long. You know the game gone and my mind been blown. Different decision that I done made got me fucked up now. Still gon' thug the life I'm living, still gon' hold this shit down. Every day of my life, yeah, nigga chasing cheese. And I'm saying niggas that be around there won't see all your feet. My mama's been doing bad, but I ain't going into that. I done picked that girl up when I caught my first package of these pounds. Me and my people hurting for something for a day. That shit happened, the next man ain't getting nothing. Fade to the root of evil, and that's my damn best friend. I put that on my life, ain't nobody gon' fuck with him. You try to jam it, yeah, that ass getting chopped. Trying to serve ain't got no business on my block, I bet you're getting chopped. Now either way you try to fuck with my partner, don't believe that ass getting chopped. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn me deep. All by this bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn me deep. All by this bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm back in the mix. Some flaky niggas better stand down. Came home, got me some yam, I'm the man now. Niggas, some bitches off from
What it is, what's going on? It's your boy Pelican Bay K9's giving it to you the way I always do. Appreciate everybody stepping in the house tonight. It's Saturday Night Live Dog TV. We gonna get into it. Big salute, big shout out to all the dog lovers from one side of the world to the other side of the world. Everybody taking care of them dogs out there tonight. Hope everybody had a great Saturday, having a great Saturday evening, Saturday night, Sunday morning. It just depends on where you at. You know, big shout out to all the brothers and sisters out there checking the video out, whether you're in the chat or just watching from afar. Big shout out to my brother Legion Fury in the building, AQ Henry in the building. What's going on with your big AQ? DK9 showing his love like always. Scatterbread Kennel in the building. Salute to you, Scatterbread. What's going on with your big homie Yellow One? Salute to you, Yellow One. I've been hearing the boys say you got some good looking dogs out there, Yellow One. You know, hey, keep doing what you're doing, big dog. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, salute to all the bulldoggers out there, man, doing their thing. You know, hey, I didn't tell y'all, but I got some breaking news. I just gave y'all some yesterday from South Carolina, but we got some more in Georgia, and we got two incidents. You know, it ain't in real deep detail, but I'm gonna give it to you the way I always give it to you, fair, cut, raw, and unbiased. John Demery, what's going on with you, fam? What's going on with you? Yes, sir. Salute to you. Shortcut Kennels in the house. What's going on with your Shortcut? Yes, sir, man. I appreciate all the brothers. You know, we're gonna start this thing off. I'm gonna give y'all that news. I don't got no super long, you know, joint for the night, but I always say that, and then we been here for 3 hours. You know, I'll start off with a 15-minute show. But tonight I got you some news, and pretty much what I'm gonna speak on, a few things. I'm gonna speak on the flirt polling. I want to speak on flirt polling, how important flirt polling can be in your keep program. Old school dog once told me, you don't even need treadmill or nothing if you know how to work that flirt pole. Um, and the thing about it, the flirt pole can be used to, uh, build different muscles. You don't have to build the same muscles with your flirt pole activity. The way you make your dog cut back and forth, the way you make him stride back and forth, however long you making them run before you make them cut back and forth, all that stuff matters when you're doing your flirt polling, and it's going to work different areas. You're zigzagging, you're back and forth. Some brothers tell you don't move the dog in angles that can make him hurt his hips or certain things, so you got to be careful and know what you're doing to get the full, potential out that dog. City Boy Kennels, what's going on? What's going on? Milestone in the building. What's going on with you? Yes, sir. Salute to the brother Bernie G, holding it down. Charleston representative, man. That's the brother that got the intro song. Hey, it just is what it is, man. I rocks with my Charleston folks. Shout out to all my Charleston from North Charleston through all of Charleston County. You know what I'm saying? Every little city around Charleston. Salute to all them brothers, you know what I'm saying? All my people in Monk's Corner, all the folk, man, out there doing their thing with these dogs, no matter what breed you're rocking with. Tony, what's going on with your fam? What's going on? Just talking about the flirt pole, man, how important it is as far as utilizing a simple tool to get the most out of some exercise, because we really put a lot of emphasis on the treadmill, the road work, and what I'm about to speak about now is just a little flirt pole plus some minor road work to get some build up in the dog. So what I was, and this is not what I'm saying, like, oh, go ahead and do this. This is factual, gonna work for you. You trial and error. But the way I would do it, I take my dog, I go do 5 minutes worth of hard flirt polling back and forth, maybe 10 feet. Make them go 10 feet and I cut back. I'm not doing my figure eights and stuff yet. I'm just getting them, warmed up. I'm going back and forth, and I'll do it about 5 minutes. Then after that 5 minutes, I take them and I go walk around the block or so. Just not a cool down walk, but a good walk. And not a walk to burn them all the way out, but just a walk. Come back, jump on that flirt pole again for another 5 minutes, And like I said, when you're doing different angles and different cuts, the first thing you want to be careful, you want to make sure you're on stable ground, and when we deal in this grass and different things like that, a lot of times this grass be uneven. So you want to really make sure you're on stable, straight ground, level ground. So when your dog's making these cuts, he won't hurt his leg, just like how you'll hurt your ankle or sprain your ankle or something because you don't feel the pain. That dog is hurting, and you're going to keep on making him work, and he can't work on a sprained foot the same way you can't work on one. So make sure you're ground level and, and utilize that flirt pole, you know what I'm saying? Because you can get wind. It's not just about you're building up your short suicides, but you can actually build up some long endurance wind with the flirt pole, especially when you got dogs that's going to work. That's the main thing that you got to have. You got to have a dog that's willing to work that flirt pole. If them dogs that just go crazy when you pull it out, I mean, they can't see it at all. Them the ones that can do it. If he's not super crazy for the flirt pole, then you're going to have to seek other ways. And when it comes to these keeps, that's why I always tell brothers, I can get up here and I can tell you that keep, the flirt pole, the carpet mill, the treadmill, the road work, the feed and all that stuff. But everybody's dog is different. Excuse me. You get dogs who don't want to push on that flirt pole, but they'll push in another area. So you have to really, just fill your dog out for one, and like I always say, know what kind of dog you got. Do you got a barnstormer, one that's going to come out on the treadmill full throttle? Is he going to come out giving it his all? And just, that means you got to work him like that. If you got a dog that's going to come out and give everything he got the first 10 minutes, You got to work him like that so he can give everything he got for 45 to an hour. You know, if he going to play the game like that, then you got to play the game like that with him. Put that endurance in him, you know, to where he can last. And always got to throw the example out there for my brothers. We never see Arnold Schwarzenegger running the Tour de France. You know what I'm saying? That's what we competing in when we get our dogs in shape. We competing in the Tour de France. We not competing in the joint where them brothers come up there on the stage and flex and all that and do little different things. We competing in the Tour de France, and the next thing we gonna compete from the Tour de France. You can compare your style to the boxing. From boxing to Tour de France. Other than that, the rest of them sports, you know, they're a little bit different. You know, them boxers, they jog, just like me and my homeboy talk about all the time. Why does these millionaire boxers don't go get them some $500,000 treadmills, $1 million treadmills, $2 million treadmills? Because it ain't nothing like road work. You know, it ain't nothing like breathing in some fresh air. Running them 5 and 6 miles. Ask the boys in the military. You know what I'm saying? They ain't training them soldiers. They ain't going to boot camp with 1,000 treadmills out there. Y'all, we got to run on these treadmills today for this 50-mile run. We're going in the crucible for the Marines and what and Hell Week and all that other stuff. We're not doing all that stuff on these treadmills. You getting your ass out there, boots on the ground, head in the air, breathing in some fresh air. You know, and that's where I look at for my motivation. I always looked at other sports to see how they exercise in certain things. Even when it was down to looking at the dog racing, the greyhounds, the gamecock stuff. You know, just buying different and learning different techniques to add to your program because your dog is different. Every dog is different. Even when I got dogs off the same line, I got to condition Mellow Yellow and Fletcher in 2 different ways because they got 2 different styles of exercise, basically. You know what I'm saying? Each dog get open in their own little certain kind of way. So I just have to handle it that way. When you go out and you try to handle, if I try to condition Mellow Yellow like I condition Buck, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work because he is him and she is her. And he might not, you know, move how she move, or she might not move how he moves with certain things. You know, so you really have to feel your dog out. And that's another thing with brothers, get your pre-keep. You know, your extra 4 weeks, just to bull jive around, get yourself together, get your mind right. Make sure in case you made the wrong call somewhere or another, you can tighten some screws up. You know what I'm saying? You can, you know, keep on doing whatever you got to do. But, you know, when you jump straight into 8 week, or, you know, some people 6 and some people even go 4, you know, but when you jump straight into your keep, you got to make sure you jumping straight into it and giving your dog the best chance to win whatever competition he's going in. So that little extra 4 weeks, I can, you know, test this, check this little, you know, check that, see how he reacting to this, you know, or even get my weight right if my weight a little bit off. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that flirt pole, you know, is a real important thing and it's cheap. The reason why I say I bring it up because we spend $500 minimum on a treadmill nowadays when, you know, I can go out there and spend $15 to get a piece of PCP pipe, make me a flirt pole or a stick or whatever you got to make your flirt pole with. You know what I'm saying? And I can get a lot of work out of it with it. Some dogs won't run on a treadmill at all, but they'll bust, you know, they'll run like the wind chasing after something, you know? And it's all about feeling your dog out, man, and just, you know, riding with, enjoying the program that you in, riding it out and take the losses with the wins, man. That's what the game about. Nobody becomes the master in this thing. You don't start off no master. You know, anybody who is a master in this thing, you start off by being an idiot. You start off by learning, losing, failing. And then you gotta, you know, that's the only way you're gonna learn. This is not what I'm trying to do. This is not the route I'm trying to go. These are not the dogs I'm trying to deal with. This is how I need to do this. That's the only way. Nobody knows this is the right way to go without taking the wrong road first. You know what I'm saying? You had to. That's why I say I will never knock my brothers who 1 year in the dog game, 2 years in the dog game, 3 years. It is what it is. We all start from somewhere, man. Salute to you, William Torres in the building. Tony, what's going on with your big dog? What's going on with your Street Rossi? Man, Street Rossi, you ain't give me them dang on dogs yet, Street Rossi. I'm waiting to post them presses up here, man. This a pit bull channel. This a dog TV channel, Street Rossi. We rap for all breeds, big homie. I'm a pit bull man, but we gonna interview. I'm gonna have to get you up and get an interview with them presses then. Keep on playing with me now. I'm gonna have to get you up and get an interview. You know, I wanted you to shoot me some pictures, but hey, I'm gonna have to get you up here and get an interview, dog. You know, salute to you, fam. I hope them things doing good out there, big homie. Hope them things doing good, man. Unapologetically Dre, salute to you, big homie. I'm glad you dropped in the building tonight. You know, let me give y'all a little bit of that William Lightner talk, you know what I'm saying, for a few minutes to talk about these red noses and stuff like that. You know, I had it for y'all for a few weeks, but I forgot to give it to you. So, no, hey, better late than never. You know what I'm saying? Better late than never. So, let's get into that. Let me find it real quick for y'all, brothers. Let's get into that when they're speaking about the red noses and, you know, a little bit of that old school dog talk.
One of the areas of misunderstanding is that many fanciers think that any pit bull which shows the red nose is a member of the old family red nose strain. Such is not the case, as many strains of dogs will occasionally throw a red-nosed pup or two. The term old family red nose refers to a particular family of dogs that was especially successful during the 40s, 50s, and 60s. They came from the old Lightner strain of the early part of the century. In fact, they were often called Lightner dogs, rather than the term that began to be used in the early 40s. It was my privilege to know William J. Lightner and his wife, Mary, back in the 40s and 50s. I just wish I had known what questions to ask them. At that time, they lived in Colorado Springs, but this was at the tail end of a career in dogs that started way back in the 19th century. Lightner's father, grandfather, and his uncles had been raising a strain of dogs they had kept pure since before the Civil War. Mary Lightner was also a fan of the dogs, and she kept the pedigree straight and handled the correspondence. Although the Lightners were wonderful people and quite helpful to me, I was not aware of what high regard their dogs were held until I had been in the military and gotten to know a lot of the dog men across the country. Notables such as Bob Wallace, Bob Hemphill, Bert Klaus, and Leo Kennard, to mention just a few, were quite impressed that I knew Bill Lightner. All of these people knew more than I did about the history of his dogs. They knew, for example, that there was a separate strain of dogs that Lightner had early in the century, having obtained them from his relatives, and these were very much sought after. Then there was what these dog men called the latter-day Lightner dogs. Even the most astute student wasn't sure where the later strain came from, but they felt that it was testament to Lightner's genius at breeding dogs that he could create yet another great strain. I asked Lightner about the first strain when I got back, and he said that he had gotten rid of them because he didn't like the color of the red nose. He also liked small dogs, and as far as he was concerned, the red-nosed dogs were running too large. Lightner was a giant of a man himself, and I had always been surprised by the big men, including Bert Klaus and Ham Morris, who liked their pit dogs on the small size. As a matter of fact, Lightner had been a renowned prize fighter in his time, and he had been good friends with some of the great old-time boxers, such as Jim Corbett, famous for beating John L. Sullivan. I wish I had quizzed Lightner about the later dogs, but I surmised that they had been a blend of his old strain with some other quality line, and the rumor was that it consisted primarily of Colby dogs. But we are concerned with the early dogs here, as that was what produced the old family red-nose strain. While the Lightner family had never sold dogs, they sold off a few before the First World War, as the dog matching had subsided considerably in the area of Colorado in which they were living at that time. Al Dickinson of El Paso and Joe Peace were able to get some of these dogs, and they treasured them highly and kept the line going. These were primarily the large dogs that tended to show the red nose. When Joe Peace and Al Dickinson were both drafted during the World War, Red Howell took their dogs, and some of them went to Borges in Louisiana. The men who used Lightner dogs to the extent that the old family red-nose line became famous were Arthur Harvey and L.C. Owens of Amarillo, Texas. The breedings of these famous dogmen produced many great dogs, including Hemphill's Goldest and Hemphill's Brokejaw. A candidate for the best pit bitch of the century was Lightner Speed. In 1926, she was bred to Allen's Fighting Tige to produce Harvey's Red Devil. Red Devil was the sire of Centipede and Goldest. Centipede was generally considered the greatest dog of his time, and he was 54 pounds pit weight, quite large even for today's dogs. With Leitner's predilection for small dogs, I can imagine the look on his face at raising these large dogs. The interesting thing here is that it was a very inbred strain that was producing such large dogs. In fact, it was probably inbreeding which produced the red nose and red eyes. These are recessive traits, and they are more likely to come to the surface in a program of heavy inbreeding. Other dogs that helped make the red dogs famous were Ham Morris's Pinky, Howl's Bancho, and William's Cyclone. Since there were so many good dogs coming from this line, they were quite naturally bred along family lines, and this tended to perpetuate the red nose, the red eyes, and the red toenails that so distinguish this strain.
Now, the reason I wanted to speak about this is because them old family reds, they kind of rare out there. You know, brothers got them, and that stuff really is in a lot of backgrounds of a lot of the famous dogs that we got. You know, and you know, I just wanted to speak on it real quick. And like the brother say, Centipede is one of the best dogs in his time. You know, and we always kind of discredit Centipede a little bit when it comes to comparing them to the modern day dogs. And if you really look at the times, you know, just in our times alone, it got softer from the 80s to now. You know, you can't do brothers in the 80s was a whole lot wilder than he is now in a different kind of way. You know, so imagine when Centipede and them was out, it, you know, them brothers probably, you know, it was just going down out there, you know. So that's a little bit of that William Leitner stuff, man, from the old days. Now, let me get into a little bit of this news. We got a woman walking her dog, you know, taking a little stroll, and they get chunked up by a 7-foot alligator, man. And like I said, I'm gonna give you that news, fair and cut, raw and unbiased. You know, where you got it first at PBK9's Dog Talk and News.
FWC and Lee County Sheriff's deputies rushed to North Fort Myers after a gator bit a woman walking her dog Thursday night.
My shower's right there. I opened up the window to let the heat out, and I heard somebody screaming and screaming.
I spoke exclusively today with the witness from that body cam video, Patty Cuppy. She ran out to help her neighbor after the attack.
She was walking the dog. When I got here, the dog was covered in blood. Her leg was completely exposed from her knee down to her ankle. She was very calm. She was very collect. This is an 84-year-old woman.
Patty says her neighbor told her about the fight for her life.
And the gator got the back of her leg and started to drag her down towards the water, and she started kicking with her other left leg. I mean, unbelievable kicking. She hit it in the snout and it let go. So she just kept fighting and fighting, and she told me, she goes, I knew if it got me to the water, I wasn't gonna make it.
Florida Fish and Wildlife, Lee County EMS, and LCSO all responded to the scene.
I went to the sliding glass door. I saw her here, and she was crawling out, and she's screaming, and she's waving her hands like this.
FWC says the woman was taken to a nearby hospital. FWC was able to track down the gator. This 7-foot 3-inch gator was trapped and removed from the area. Patty spoke with her neighbor today, who is in the hospital, and says she's recovering.
That she has really high spirits. She sounded good. She was very positive and upbeat.
Yes, sir, man. That's how it's going down there in Florida, man. You got to be careful with them gators. You got to be careful with them gators. You know, Mad Doctor, what's going on? What's going on? I'm gonna give y'all brothers that dog stuff, man. We got it going down. You know, you don't get it from no other channel. Old Buck down in the chat, he come in there talking trash, but he can't give it to y'all brothers. He can't give it to you. That's why he over here getting it from me. You know, tell him the truth, Buck. You know, tell him the truth, dog. You came over here to get something. You know, I dropped that link down in the chat though for my brothers and sisters. And like I told y'all, I got that dog news for the night. Let me give y'all one of them. You know what I'm saying? Let me give y'all one of them. This brother here, you know, he over there in this little town in Georgia. So we're gonna check this out, you know, and see what he got going on with them dogs.
A local man has been arrested on 19 counts of dog fighting, according to Floyd County Jail records and an arrest warrant. 38-year-old Michael Cortez Kent had multiple pit-type dogs on his East 2nd Ave property in Lindale, along with training equipment and medications associated with dog fighting. There were dogs on the property that had previously fought and had scars and other wounds in different stages of healing.
That's all it really had about that one. It didn't really have too much about that one, but it just went down. So, had to give it to you. Had to give it to you. I dropped that link for you though, Buck, man. If you gonna get up here and talk about anything, we always welcome the talkers. Like them brothers say, we take the kind that jingle, but we rather have the kind that fold. I take the brothers that text, but I'd rather have the ones that talk. It just is what it is, man. Me, you, and GHK will get up here and talk tonight. Let's get up here and talk about some dogs, man. I thought he'd get quiet. When I say that Bailey's woman was in this damn looking somewhere around, Hey, but it is what it is, man. Somebody always searching for some attention. So we'll give it to them one way or another. Like I said, we was talking about the keeps for anybody just coming in. We was talking about flirt polling, getting the maximum amount of work out of your flirt pole, not just to run back and forth, and don't injure your dog on your flirt polling. You know what I'm saying? Don't injure your dog, and you can get the maximum amount. Flirt polling and hand walking. A lot of brothers don't like to ride a bicycle, just hand walk. And the thing about why I like that PCP is because you can buy that PCP, get real light. You can get a long piece of it if necessary, long as you need. And that way you can stand in pretty much one spot. You don't even have to move, and you can stretch that PCP out, way out, to the way that dog have to, go a nice little distance before he make his cuts and stuff. And one thing about them dogs, when you start flirt polling them and messing with that type of stuff, you can't let the dog try to outsmart you. Dog will start trying to cut the flirt pole off. Sometimes they'll get close to your hands where they're trying to grab up by the flirt pole by your fingers and stuff. So you always stay a step ahead of the dog when you start seeing that type of stuff. Make them work. Make them go to the distance with the rag or whatever you got hanging off, the hide or whatever. Make them go out there and chase that thing. Don't let them because he'll try to, especially when you got a short flirt pole, he'll try to make them short cuts, and it's not really getting no good work out of him. You need him to stretch out in that short amount of space that you're working him in, and then, each little cut gonna work different muscles, like I always say. Man, all you gotta do is spray the raid when the ants and the roaches and stuff come out, and they start disappearing. All I did was drop the dang on link. I said something about that Bailey's woman and dropped the link and he disappeared just that fast. You know what I'm saying? I actually wasn't planning on coming live tonight, you know what I'm saying? Because I was a little tired. I was just going to rest tonight rather, and tomorrow I wasn't going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything tomorrow, most likely, fellas, unless we get some breaking news that just need to be told tomorrow. I'm not going to be on tomorrow. I'll be live in effect on Monday. You know what I'm saying? I was a little tired, but I went ahead and came on tonight. It just is what it is, man. I wish I can get Buck up here to get up here and just talk, though. You used to go on your channel and talk about me, and block brothers out from coming up here. How you gonna block brothers out, Buck, from coming up here on my channel when you over here? You need to block yourself off your page, then. That don't really make sense, dog. How you gonna argue with somebody from coming over here when you main one be over here? That don't really make sense, though. But yeah, man, let me give y'all brothers this next dog situation. We got a brother with 67 dogs federally indicted. You know what I'm saying? Dog fighting. You know where you get it from. I just gave it to you yesterday and we right back rolling today. You know what I'm saying? PBK9s, dog talking news, raw and uncut, like that pink Peruvian from the 80s. You know what I'm saying? That 1 to 2.5. Let's get into it.
Have been rescued at a Cell City. Man is facing federal dog fighting and other charges. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, a federal jury indicted 53-year-old Duntarius Bradford. Court documents revealed that Bradford had 67 fighting dogs at his Cell City home. The investigators found training equipment like injectable steroids, a homemade, quote, breeding stand used to immobilize female dogs and other equipment. Officers also found cocaine and 5 guns. If convicted, Bradford faces a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison per count of animal fighting charge, a fine of $1 million on the cocaine charge, and a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison on the firearms charge to be served consecutively to other counts of conviction. A $250,000 fine also for each dog fighting and firearms count.
Well, y'all heard that. You know, you heard that. What's going on with your blueprint kennels in the house, man? Salute to you, big homie. Salute to you. Y'all need to check the bro videos out, man. He be working them dogs, man. He be working them. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, man. Just had to give my brothers that news, man. That's the only thing I really came on tonight for, to make sure I give brothers that news, you know, because one little piece of news can help one person out there. I don't care if it's something that's gonna help at least one person. Then I did my job. You know, like I said, one person might say, "Oh, this ain't the life for me. Let me make a change tonight." You know, tomorrow I'm coming out moving and stepping on a different path. You know, and that's all I'm trying to do, man. That's all I'm trying to do. Like them brothers say, make better people through better dogs. I got that from Samurai. I ain't gonna steal it without telling you where I got it from. No, I got it from him. He might be got it from somewhere else, but I got it from him. Watching it. But make better people by making better dogs, because you love them dogs. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Salute to all them brothers, man. Salute to all them brothers. You know, now Supreme, I don't know where he at, but he around here somewhere. But he told me if he win first, second, or third in the dog show, am I gonna give him his props as far as doing his advertisement and stuff like that? And I told him, I gave him my word. I told you about I kicked you out in the chat the same night. You know, I told you that. But I did tell you that, dog. And you know, and if you place somewhere up there, I got you. Like I told you. You know, I got you. You gonna be across that screen. You know, it just is what it is, man. Yes, sir. Like I said, man, I don't got too much to talk about tonight. If any of y'all boys want to jump up in here or drop a link or a number for a pedigree, or want me to look something up, just let me know. John Denbury in the house. What's going on, big homie? Yes, sir, man. Salute all the brothers, man. Salute to all the brothers. I got to get some brothers up here, man, with them other breeds that be doing some training with the other breeds and stuff like that, man. And so we can get some insight from on other things, you know, because one thing about it, man, it don't matter what the breed is. When a brother give you some insight on a dog, you can always add it to your program, you know, or whatever you trying to do if it fits, you know, the situation. A brother could be working a Rottweiler and tell you some things that got his Rottweiler in super shape, and you know it might help with your pit bull program. Hold up, brother. I'm about to get you up here. What's going on with you, yellow one? Salute to you. How you doing tonight, bro?
What's going on, PBK? Salute, bro.
Ain't too much, man. What's going on? What's on your mind tonight?
Yeah, earlier you were talking about flirt polling. Like historically speaking, like let's say like in the 90s, right? Did you ever do like a condition one the whole time with flirting? Like the whole 8 weeks?
Well, me myself, I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. I didn't do it. I never did it with just straight flirt pole. And the further you go back, like in my younger days, the deeper I was in that game, the more money I had to spend to this waste around. I always had that. The one thing about brothers with with that fatty or whatever doing their thing, you got that bread to buy. You could buy stuff. I bought treadmills. I bought this later on down the line, but I never, when I had no equipment, you know, I really didn't know the flirt pole like that. When I had a piece of trash treadmill, I really didn't. when I learned the flirt pole techniques and learned how important the flirt pole was, it was like when I got Sambo during that era. I really worked him with the flirt pole and did a lot of weight pulling with the flirt pole. I did my weight pulling within a 20 feet radius. None of my weight pulling I did outside of 20 feet. It was always 20 feet and then back the other direction. 20 feet, then back the other direction. And I had them pulling heavy weights. And I did different workouts and different little things, but as far as flirt poling by itself, nah. But I'm not gonna say a brother can't do it, because like I said, you can get different workouts from the flirt pole. You can get your muscles from it. You don't want to be too built, so you want to get some good muscle. You get good muscles from it. I'll say it like that. And you're gonna get your win. You get your win. And I just said hand walking because you need some type of walking. You need that stretch, that long stretch, just to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Just to open out. So that's why I say hand walking the minimum. Just leave some hand walking, and then flirt poling by itself and hand walking, I feel kind of safe. With flirt poling by itself and nothing else, I ain't gonna really feel safe like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always about, I feel more safer doing hand walking with nothing else than I would with flirt poling without the hand walking. You got to get your long distance running, your long distance, I guess cardiovascular type of exercises, that you want to get in. And walking, you can't beat it, man. You can't beat it. Sometimes your dog will pull, because when you walking, he might be walking a little faster. So I think I'll roll with just walking alone before I roll with flirt pole alone. But I'll roll with flirt pole.
But you would rather do the two.
Oh yeah. When you got both of them together, you can work a whole program. You do your walking and your flirt pole, and you can do the whole 8 week and no treadmill. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say spring pole, and I always say and talk about spring pole, because I don't really concentrate on my dog hanging from the high spring pole from like the tree and hanging down. I focus my spring pole on. All right, vision this with me real quick. I take a stake and I push my stake in the ground, right? I get a good strong spring, and I got my hide on it, and I got it on the stake. I got a little rope on the stake or whatever, and I got my spring and I got my hide. I keep that hide low as possible to the ground. When my dog grab it, he's jerking, he's pushing his weight in the dirt. He's pushing his front legs in the dirt, and he's pushing his off his ass in. He's tucking. He's pushing, trying to pull, right? So the way I do it, okay, like this, the dog can go in for another bite. What I'm doing, I'm teaching the dog how to get another bite, just like I'm doing bite work, right? I'm trying to teach the dog how to get another bite, release his bite, get another bite without letting loose. Because if the dog let loose, if he actually let the spring pole loose, it's gonna fly out his mouth, or he gonna shoot backwards, because it's gonna be, it's gonna be tight. So if he let it go and bull jive around, it's gonna fly out his mouth, and he ain't gonna be able to grab it again because it's out of his range. So he noticed. So now he gonna dig in for another bite without actually taking his mouth off the hide. He gonna dig in for better bites, and he gonna know he gonna have to do this in a matter of milliseconds. Because if he don't, the hide gonna fly out his mouth, and you're making his legs strong because he's digging. You're not risking him getting injured by going up high, hanging and bouncing down. So I'm low, and it's making him strong from the low end. He pushing, he pushing off, because he gonna have little holes in the ground, where he digging at. And back in my days, in historical days, that'll help me out for that carpet, because he could dig into that carpet, and he'd be able to, work that carpet and stuff like that. But far as what your question was, I wouldn't go directly with flirt pole. I would go flirt pole and walking over anything, treadmill or whatever, as long as I got my walking involved with it. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it without that walking. I'm not gonna say that it's impossible, but I'm just saying you're making it harder on yourself, I believe, my personal opinion, by just doing the flirt pole alone. You know, the
Yeah,
most.
go ahead, go ahead.
Nah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Now I was gonna say because you got some they don't won't take to a meal. Won't
Oh yeah.
work on a meal. So that's why I was asking.
Yep. Now
But
I,
they'll flirt. You got some that'll flirt though, but they won't mess with their meal. They won't work their meal.
and you got some that won't flirt that good that that tough like a lot of dogs will. And
Mhm.
some dogs just chase it. You need your dog to, when he see it, he want it. I'm talking about he try to get it. I had one, and then this was a Eli dog. He was coming down off that 20 gauge stuff. What's the guy's kennel name? But the dog name was 20 gauge. But anyway, hardest flirt polar I had to this day, and it's 2024. This is back in the days. He was brown, like a red color brown with a black mask. When I flirt poling dog, I'm talking about dust all in the air. He hit I got bruises on my leg right now that turned black. I ain't put no cocoa butter on nothing on it. That when he hit my legs, I got bruises on him. And that's how hard he was running past. He'll come too close to my leg on a flirt pole or something like that. Man, I'm talking about he was the type of dog I go show off with him, right? My homeboys, everybody out here hanging out and shit, I go pull him out. When you see him flirt poling, boy, you're gonna be like, boy, look at that joker like a rocket. Mellow Yellow flirt pole hard. She flirt pole hard, but her flirt poling and his flirt poling is two different kind of, I'm not gonna say he weighed that much over her, but he got about a little, she's super intense. But he was even harder. But guess what, dog? That same dog wouldn't scratch. He was the type of dog that I knew for a fact I had to beat you, and we couldn't go to no scratches at all. I don't care if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I gotta come in there and I gotta beat you all the way down and finish it off right there. Because if it ever get to that point where the first scratch coming up, this motherfucker don't scratch, dog. I don't know his daddy scratch, what, his brothers and them, everybody scratch. He didn't scratch. You know what I'm saying? It could be like I say, 5 minutes. And you take him over there, put him between your legs. Man, that joker will sit there and he won't even be tired, dog. And then other dog will come over there and he'll kick off in his butt. He'll jump off in him and he'd be full of energy. He just wouldn't scratch. But that was the hardest flirt pole I ever had in my life to this day. And he had a perfect shape on him, a little triangle shaped mouth. He ain't had no super big head, but average size head. And he had a bite on him. When I say bite, that joker broke one of my homeboy dog leg in three spots because we took him to the vet, put pins in him. After the vet got him back straight, but he broke his leg. We was grabbing him out of hole, and I grabbed my dog out of hole. He grabbed his dog out of hole. We have both dogs, and before we can get them kind of farther, enough away, my dog reached out and grabbed his by the leg, and then start shaking while we both had ours in each other's hand. Start shaking them right there, and then broke that joker legs right there. Now the thing about it, I had lost that show. My dog had stopped scratching. He had won the show, and just by us not getting them back off that, grabbing them out of hole, my dog broke his dog's legs. So that's effed up. You know what I'm saying? Because simple fact, he won the show, and we weren't doing nothing like we were leaving them down there. We grabbed them, and we just didn't get away from each other fast enough. And my dog grabbed him around the leg, while he had his dog in the air, and I had mine in the air. And boy, look here. Talking about going different directions. But yeah, man, that flirt pole, I think you get some good work out of it though, man. You got one that'll stay on it. And like they always say, don't never let your dog stop exercising. Whatever you're doing, no matter what you're doing, always stop him from working. Never let him stop. Don't let him stop flirt poling. Don't let him stop treadmilling. Whatever you're doing, always be the one to do the stopping. Because once he learned how to stop, and then now he stopped flirt poling, he know he going to the chain now. Now it's time to stop treadmill competition when you take him out to the competition. Now it's time to stop going out here stretching, giving you that good physique when we go to the confirmation show. I'm ready to get in the car, Daddy. I'm ready to go. So now I'm going to come out here and I'm going to act like I don't really want to be here because I know that work at the house. When I was at the house, all I had to do was just Act like I don't want to chase this thing no more. He put me back on the chain. I can drink some water. So always do the stopping, no matter what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, when we're doing our hand walking, we know we got to walk them back or whatever. But anything else, always do the stopping. Even the spring pole. Don't let him just spring pole until he just sitting there looking at it in the air and holding his mouth and breathing and just looking at it bounce in the air. And he ain't trying to grab it no more. And make him stop it while he's still trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? You don't never want to teach him, because same way I'm teaching that dog to sit, stay down, and all that stuff, he learned how to stop. You know, and stopping don't mean nothing illegal. I gotta clarify that for the brothers and sisters that may be listening. Stopping don't mean nothing illegal. Stopping means stopping whatever competition you win. You can be weight pulling, and if you want to give up, you're gonna give up. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You know, you need for him when you put him out there, you know he gonna give it his all. He don't know how to quit. You ain't never taught him how to quit. Like Floyd Mayweather, he don't know how to lose. He can be beat, but he just don't. He don't know how to lose yet. He ain't taught him how to lose yet. You know, once you learn how to lose, then you keep that in your head. Hey, you'll take another one if you have to.
Okay. So how your pups doing?
They're doing pretty good, man. They're a week and a day old now.
Okay.
A week and a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Well, congratulations.
Thank you, man. You ain't dropping nothing no time soon or lately?
Nah, it'll probably be like this winter before I have something on the ground. It'll be. I was talking to somebody earlier. I didn't let how many heats I done missed this year. 1, 2. I done missed 4 female. Yeah, I done let 4 heats go by this year so far.
Damn.
So yeah, I missed 4. Missed them on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it should be like this fall, whatever. So, but nah, I ain't got nothing right now.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I've been thinking myself like taking a break on breeding, getting everything I need to do everything I need to do, and taking a break for like 6 months. Because that's really one of the reasons I can't show up to the shows like I want to show up, because I always got puppies somewhere or another during the show times. And I run my kennel by myself. I don't got nobody to say, oh, watch this or watch that or feed this. I got to do all my stuff myself. So it makes it harder whenever I got these little extra ones around and all that type of stuff. And by the time, like right now this year, I got pups all the way to November. That's all the way to December. So pretty much in January, the show is going to be starting for the next year, probably in the springtime.
They start like in February.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, man, about this holding off on breeding, letting everybody miss a heat or something. I ain't sure. I always say that and I ain't up breeding, but I want to go have some fun, man, and get my dog right and stuff like that too, man. I ain't gonna lie. And shit, man, I be stuck sometime, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just thinking about trying to get out there, man. Even though I say, my dogs got their own platform, it ain't nothing like competing, dog. You know what I'm saying? My dogs can be on the TV all day as much as I want them to, but they ain't competing against nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ain't nothing like competing with your dog. No matter the difference if it's coon dogs, deer dogs, whatever you going in, foxhounds. Competition is competition, dog. Ain't nothing like it, dog. Ain't nothing like it. I can imagine, brothers who competing and weight pulling, when you got a brother who pulling just as much as you, and you gotta pull a few more bricks than he pulling, a few more weights than he pulling this time, man. That drilling get the pumping the same way that drilling get the pumping when brothers be in them squares, man. A win is a win and a loss is a loss. When you leave in defeat, you left in defeat. Either way it go, you lost. You got to come back the next time a little bit better. Same way it was when we was in the square. Got to come back. It's retaliation time. I lost today, but I'm coming back 2 or 3 more dogs next time. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's the fun of the game, man. That's what money don't buy. Experience, the love, the thrill, the wins, the losses, all that stuff. You can't buy that with money. You know what I'm saying? For example, say we go 10 years, a 10-year span. Now, if I can have all the money in the world, but if a brother been competing in them shows for the past 10 years, he got wins, losses. I can't speak for his experiences as far as the feelings that he feel in that sport that he in, you know, because man, I'm telling you, man, when you taking them brothers taking home them trophies and them ribbons and different things, and they competing against a whole bunch of other good brothers out there with dogs that look just as good as theirs, you know. So it got to be a great feeling, winning regardless, no matter what we win in. We all know winning is a good feeling, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, when you compete in these shows with these brothers, man, everybody come with their dogs tight, tucked up, and looking good and shiny and muscled all up. So when you beat these brothers, man, don't take it as no less, like you doing yourself less of a service because you didn't beat them in the box. You beat them in the box, man. Understand that no matter who listening and what you think about competing in, you know, if it's an event where you competing and it's competition and he doing the same thing, that's all it's about. Showing that I got the better dog in whatever we competing in. You know what I'm saying? And leaving it with your pride and leaving knowing you a winner. You know?
Yeah, because with them shows, like they start them, they start them young, bringing them to shows, and they started like 4 months. So yeah, they started them shows real young, starting the dogs out young rather.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about it, starting the dogs off in the shows at 4 months old is nothing but imprinting. All that is a
Right.
form of dog training
Yep.
imprint. You get this
Yep.
dog
Yep.
to the point when he turn a year old, he know everything. He know that woman over there that say, "Hey, what's going on, Herge? How you doing today?" He know her voice. He know my man. He know Legion Fury over there when he see him. He know everything when he get a year old. That's all that is. Same way I tell brothers about getting your protection dogs or whatever you're trying to training them, starting them at 2 months old. Same thing, dog. You know, and you know that. It just you can take dogs and have them dogs that's not even used to going in indoor environments, and they can freak them out. You know, and if you start your dog in them shows, like you said, at 4 months old or 5 months old, shit, man, he'll be a pro. You know, and Lord forbid he win him a title before he turn a year old. He gonna get a dog named hell. If he get a first place before he turn a year old, and his owners or owner or stay on him, man, he'll be winning shows every time he show up. Every time he show up.
Well, I just wanted to come up here and just ask you that. So I'm gonna hop out.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you rocking with me tonight, Yellow Man, and you have a good night too, dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep listening, but there's some people in the chat. They got some pages they want you to look up.
All right, I'm about to check it out now.
All right, salute to everybody, and remember, do good business and handle all your debts.
Yes, sir,
I'm
man.
out.
Yes, sir.
I'm out.
Appreciate you,
All
dog.
right. All right, y'all later.
All right. Let me see who down in the chat. Long Swipe done showed up in the building. Salute to you, Long Swipe. Let me see the boy say look up the boy when we look up a pedigree. I'm trying to find it. I seen it just a second ago. Man, I just seen that pedigree, brother. Oh, Carolina's Mischief. Okay, let me look that up for you real quick. Carolina's Mischief. Bear with me. All right, we got Carolina Mischief right here. Let me see. It says, believe that he's very athletic. Double red boy, Bolio, Eli Snooty with a touch of balls. Now, that's probably a great dog, and I'm probably quite sure that dog probably looks great. Boy, that dog, he got it all in him. He got it all in him. Red Boy, Bolio, Eli, Snooty, and a touch of balls. Hey, I tell you what, though, them the kind of dogs that be the dog of the years, grand champions, and all type of stuff like that. I'm not real familiar with the dogs in the pedigree, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back into the back and see where this dog coming down off of. And I'm going to start with the top of the 4th generation, champion Bad Intentions Weasel. Okay, he's balls, dog. Balls and look like Bolio. The Patrick stuff on the bottom. Okay. I see he's bred to a balls dog. Now let's see what this balls dog coming off of. Because I always tell brothers, these brothers like balls, they have more than just one line of dogs sometime. Maybe 2. This dog might not be coming down off the Bloody Mary stuff or Dirty Mary stuff, whatever the dog name is. It might be coming down off a whole different line of the dogs that y'all call balls dogs. So let's see what this balls dog armed AD comes off of. Okay, it comes off Balls Big Whiskey, which comes off of Champion Butcher Knife Kennels Kunta. And on the bottom side, it's coming down off of Handicap. Okay, we got Handicap on the bottom side. And the Tobacco Road Dog. We also got the Tobacco Road Dog on the bottom of the 3rd. So we balls on that end right there. I heard a lot of good stuff about the Tobacco Road Dog. Now we back in Mischief's 4th generation. We in Mischief's 4th generation, and we're gonna go down to the dog in the 2nd, called Crush Kennels Joe Dirt, 1-time winner. Now Joe Dirt is coming down off of Champion Milkman's Hitman and Butcher Knife Kennels Kunta as well. Okay, now the Kunta dog is coming down off Champion Lee's Reno, which is a Grand Champion Holland's Cherokee Chief dog, and Balls Dirty Mary. So we got the ball stuff in there heavy. Heavy balls dog is what it's starting to look like. And I haven't even been in the chat because I know my brothers in the chat done told me what kind of dog this is already. So it's looking like a heavy balls. We see Walker's Chucky. We still in the 4th. We got Patrick's Bull Boy Bob. So like the brother said, this is a heavy balls. Well, he said it had a touch of balls in it, but this dog got a little more than a touch of balls. I see a touch of everything else, but I see balls in this dog heavy. In the dog Mischief. Carolina's Mischief. I see balls in this dog more than a lot of other stuff. And they say with a touch of balls. Bolio, Eli, Snooty. I haven't ran across an Eli dog yet. But let me keep going. We still in the 4th generation. I'm going to go to Council's Roscoe. We got Mims right there. That's our red boy. We ain't got to go no further. We that whole pedigree is Mims. We see Mims Rusty, Mims Billy Bob, Mims Sugar, Mims Jigs, Mims Dopey. All the famous Mims dogs up in there. Mims Carolina Flow. Yeah. So that's the red boy, and that's Council's Roscoe. Then we got Council's Coco. She's a Mims dog. So she's that's the red boy factor. That's the red boy factor in Mischief. Now let's go down a little bit further to Mr. Outwell. Now, Mr. Outwell is Cardenas, and they go some Boudreaux stuff. The Maverick dog. Now we coming to our Eli stuff now. Boudreaux's Black Widow, Boudreaux's Tight Line, and the Cardenas stuff on the top. That Crusher Rum dog. At Crusher Rum is going back to Grand Champion Art. Boudreaux stuff on the bottom. Okay. Now, let's just go all the way to the bottom of the fourth generation. In Carolina's Mischief, all the way to the fourth generation. All the way at the bottom, we go to Seaville Kennels, Little Skull. And let's see what Little Skull is coming down off of. Boudreaux Skull, Boudreaux's Tight Line, Eli Dog. Okay, we found our Eli breedings. Let's go to Tight Lines Rusty Jr. and see what this is. We got more Eli on the top side, Cardenas on the bottom, Hall Spike. Hall Spike is coming down off of Bully Sun stuff. Well, Bully Sun in the top of the fourth for that dog. So what you got some stuff off this? You got some stuff off this, bro? Sure enough, salute to you, fam. Salute to you. Now, it's some brothers got some of that Mims. If brothers like that Mim stuff, it's brothers that got some of that Mim stuff in North Carolina. Look pretty good too. Look something like that old school Red Boy stuff. And I gotta send a big salute to Miss Mims and Mr. Carl Mims for putting a foot down in the game and their contribution to the dog game over the years that it was in the dog game. You know? I wish we had a picture of that Mischief dog, man. It's bred pretty good. It's bred pretty good. Hey, Yellow One, I don't got my I'm not tapped into my online paid account right now. I'm just going in Google and looking up the dog, whatever name y'all give me. I'm just going straight on Google and looking it up. If I was on my online paid account, I can type that number in. And I may can do that on Google too, but you give me the name and I just search it through Google. But that dog that had, that dog that was bred up pretty good on that ball side and Eli side. Now, if I had to call that line out just by looking at it roughly, I would have said that was a heavy balls, heavy Eli with a touch of Red Boy. A touch of Red Boy, because I didn't really see I seen a good bit of Mims. Well, actually, it was a Red Boy, Eli, and balls, dog. And maybe a touch of Bolio. Had more Red Boy, Eli, and balls in it. Okay, you say Jack Iron, Yellow One? Let me see if I can find it real quick. Jack Iron. You know the kennel name? I got a Jack Iron right here that comes from FHK. Jack Iron. I'm gonna let you check it out. Hold up. It ain't let me pull it up. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna try it again real quick. Jack Iron. There's two Jack Irons. I see a PBH's Jack Iron too. And it's this one. Is that one. And then there's another one. Is that the right one, Yellow One? It got it. That's coming off drama side, soldier stuff on top side, and the Pit Island Geno dog, the Django on the bottom side. Is that the right one? That's a blackjack dog in the fourth. I can read this pair right here a little bit better because I know them dogs. We talking Jeep on the top side. Jeep. Then we got Pit Island Thug, so that's our red boy Jocko. Burns Tom Jack. Pit Island Mighty Mike. All right. Now, that's a great looking pair right there, yellow one. Now, let me get back in the chat real quick. I need to make sure to see if this is the right pair, yellow one, because I just seen something. Okay, that's the right pair. You said that's the right pair. Now, I'm gonna tell you what makes this dog pedigree shines to me. The thing that shines the most to me in this dog pedigree, the one thing I see that stand out amongst all these dogs. If you go to the fourth generation, let's go to the fourth generation. That dog right there, Burns Tom Jack, fourth generation. That stands out to me. You know, that's a great dog to have in your fourth generation. 2024. You know, that's why I say always look at stuff. Not saying that don't come off that, you know, because the boys got it up there. It's coming off of it. But that's a great dog to have. You don't see Tom Jack in your fourth generation all the time. I had a dog off Tom Jack. He was a rear end dog. He was probably about 60-pound chain weight, maybe. About 55-pound condition. Big dog. He was bigger than Bo. I got homeboys with dogs off that Mighty Mike stuff. Pit out of Mighty Mike. That's in the pedigree right there. But that Burns Tom Jack, man, I'm looking at it, you know, and it just, in order to have these dogs, this is the only thing I say about this. And I don't want to make it sound like I want to discredit this pedigree because I'm never going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I might want to show my pet and got Big John in the third generation. And Brother Black, oh, Big John been gone since 99. How you going to be having him in third generation? You know? But that's the stuff you look at, brothers. It don't make a difference if it's me or anybody. You look at when these dogs existed and you look at the pedigree that you got and the time that you in and what kind of breeding was did with these dogs. You know, Burns Tom Jack was around when Mr. Burns was living. And he was around in the 90s. And like I said, he probably was around in the early 2000s as well. You know, because the dog that we had came off him was in the early 2000s. But the dog was an older dog. The dog probably was born in the 90s. But I know this Burns dog, Tom Jack, in the fourth generation is a good dog to have in your fourth generation. See, when they bred that Tom Jack dog, the Thor, that the Django dog should be something special. You know, that dog should be something special right there. Because they got that Tom Jack on the bottom side and they got the Thug bred the Tom Jack on the bottom side, Tom Jack daughter. So that should have been a pretty good breeding right there. I think I seen that the Django dog. Matter of fact, let me click on him. Okay, yeah, he look good. He look good. He look good. Now, this the thing. I'm glad I clicked on this dog right here, man, because it got the Thug stuff and all that stuff. And you know, I always say certain things about some of these dogs and their pedigree. The thing is, man, look at the dog. Dog look dang on good. You know, it don't matter. The pedigree don't matter. It matters about the dog in your face at the end of the day. One brother can trick you, the next brother can trick you. You can't. You can go by that stuff, but you can't. You got to go by what you got in your face. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can go by. You know, No matter what I say about any of these dogs in the pedigree, you know. Now I see something else too. I see, let me see. This dog right here, Tom Jack bred the Burns Dee. When Tom Jack bred the Burns Dee is a daughter of Stumpy. So we got a Stumpy daughter bred to Tom Jack, and that made Pit Island Miss Red. Stumpy daughter bred to Tom Jack made Pit Island Miss Red, and then they took that back to Thor. So that's why I say that dog there should be a hellified dog, the Django. That should be a hellified dog right there. And he probably got a one-time OTC. They probably didn't want to mess him up. Probably didn't want to mess him up. You know, he bred too good. And that goes back to the point I'm saying, you want to lose something that you can't replace? Some stuff you can't replace. You can't follow up with your homeboys and your peer pressure and all that other type of stuff. You know, you can't get this, you can't get it again. So that's what I'm really taking on this situation with this dog right here. Because, you know, they said one OTC. I doubt very seriously they seen something bad in them that they didn't like. Most likely, they just checked them and put them on ice. And let them know sit up and make puppies. That's probably what they did. Yeah, he look good, man. And y'all see that line right there on that side of that thing? That ain't easy to achieve, my brothers. You know, them boys got some work in that dog right there. That ain't easy to achieve. Got a good rib cage showing. And you can tell he ain't got no malnutrition going on with him at all. Got a good solid looking head on him too. Got a good solid looking head on him. Now this dog is not, I'm gonna tell you, if you look at this dog, he's perfect. And when I say perfect, you know, he don't got too much muscles, but you can see he ripped. You know, he ripped up, but they don't got him like Lee Haney. You know, they got him track star rip. Got some nice shoulders on him, but he ain't too big. But yeah, man. Yeah, that dog there did look good. Man, I ain't gonna lie, that Thug and that Thor stuff, I never really heard nobody say that them dogs were producing curs or nothing like that. You know, a lot of people got them dogs, and I always hear people be satisfied with the dogs that they got off that stuff. Yeah, I never really heard nobody really complain about it and say them dogs no throwing off no curs or nothing like that. I always heard no good stuff about the dogs. Mr. 216. What we gonna do with him, Mad Max? Yes, sir, man. I appreciate brothers rocking with me thus far tonight. Like I told y'all, I had that news for you. 67 dogs took in one area, and that brother got federally charged. And the other brother had a few dogs, you know, and he got locked up. One brother had cocaine and all other kind of stuff. So it just is what it is. Give you that news like I always do, man. Like I always do. You better find these brothers with them shows that's going on out here. Them brothers got them shows going on more than it. Last year they had the shows going on, but now they got more shows than they had last year. You got South Bottom be doing his joints. He got a couple of them a year. Samurai be doing his joints. He got a couple of them a year. ADEBA be doing theirs. They got theirs. ADBPR got theirs. So you got somewhere to go at when it comes to show. At least one. You know, you got at least one. Or a couple of them, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be talking to these brothers to figure out this too, right? We need to learn this when it comes to these shows from what my brothers told me. You know, learning how to keep your dog looking pristine and crisp for a few days. You know, because we can go into that show looking crisp that first hour, We done got hot. We done ran hot. We done drunk water. We done did this. We done did that. We need to have that dog looking pristine and crisp, like he going to the show for 3 days straight. You know, just in case it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Or Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It just depends on if there's any holidays or anything. Might have a show on, holiday on a Monday. And the show continue or something. But you want to, we'll talk about that. And I'll write a few things down and get some of my brothers to give me their opinions as well on keeping these dogs looking crisp throughout the day when you're doing your show. You know what I'm saying? And keeping them hydrated and, just ready to come in there and look like he fresh. A lot of brothers get tired and burn out, just like they get burned out doing anything else when they go to them confirmation shows. Them brothers say it take more energy than the average person think for them dogs to go out there and they get juiced up and souped up and they charging at this dog and that dog. And, after an hour of that, they tired. After an hour of that, they be tired, man. Hey, Pitbull's 2215. Drop the name of the dog for me, fam. I'm not into my online page right now. I'm just straight Googling the name up, and when it come up, I'll pull it on the screen. So just tell me the name, and I'll pull it up. If I've been in my online page account, I could drop that number, and it'll pull it up. But I'm not in it right now. But if you got that name, I'll pull it up for you. And I appreciate everybody rocking with me tonight. I wanted to say this though, man, tonight, man. I want to say thank you, man, to every single person that subscribed to my channel, man. Rocking with the Bay through the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights, the good, the bad, the boring days, the exciting days, the funny days, the corny days, through everything, man. I want to say I appreciate everything, man, and everybody that's rocking with me. The journey just starting. We just getting this thing cracking. We going to give it to them, man. We going to give it to them, man. Anytime a brother feel like they want to give an opinion on, something that can make my stuff better, hit me on the back street, man. It ain't got to be nothing you hit me on the chat with. Hit me on the back street. That way I can take it serious. You know what I'm saying? And apply it to my program if I need to be. My program, YouTube stuff, And, I take all opinions, man, because I do this for y'all, Y'all the folk that's listening and that I'm talking to, on a nightly basis. So I got to take y'all opinions and give it to you how you want it. Hey, drop that name, Pitbull 2215, man. Drop the name so I can look that thing up. King Long Swipe say Pancakes got that thing flowing over there, man. Salute the Pancakes, like I said, King Long Swipe, man, the other day. King Long Swipe say Pancakes got that thing doing numbers. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, Long Swipe. That's a catchy name. If you get that dog to do something to catch some eyes, that name gonna follow. Old Pancakes did this today. Old Pancakes did that. Or if Pancakes go viral for something. Pumpkin. I need a little bit more than that, Pitbull. I need a kennel name or something. So and so Pumpkin. I can look it up. I try to look Pumpkin up. Maybe that's an odd name. Only one person named their dog Pumpkin. I try to look Pumpkin up. You know what I'm saying? I try to look it up real quick. Say Pumpkin. That might be a common name, though, tell you the truth. It might be about 10 pumpkins in there. We got hard scrambles, pumpkin head. We got Gaskins pumpkin. I'm gonna look up the Gaskins pumpkin. I don't think you was talking about that, dog. You ain't talking about the Gaskins pumpkin, is you? Gaskins pumpkin is a female dog coming down off Burn Stumpy on the top side. Ratless Johnny Boy is a daddy. Undertaker Kennels Miss Leaky coming down off STP Buck and Ratliff's Daisy May on the bottom side. Somebody was just talking. I think the brother the other night was just, me and him was talking about a Daisy May dog. Okay. Now this some of the dogs we was talking about the other night too. This Goody dog right here. We was talking about this the other night on the interview I did. Yep. Now, I did get this information for anybody that was listening to us, and we was talking about them dogs the other night. Now that I got this pedigree up on the screen, you know, you remember the story where the brother was saying about the dog with the shingles, broke his ribs on the shingles? Now that dog and this female right here, Goody, was the father of the dog that I was asking him about named Bouncer. That dog that hurt his rib cage, if I ain't mistaken, that's the word I heard. The one that hurt his ribs on the shingles, and this female right here, Goody, is what made that dog. That's an old school red boy Jocko there, buddy. Directly off Yellow and Cottonham Sheba. Yellow and Cottonham Sheba right there. Now, I'm gonna show you another female that's real, that I hear a lot of people say there was a real good producing female, but kind of get swept under the rug with the red boy Jocko stuff. This dog right here, Champion Swenson's North Carolina Rose. I hear a lot of stuff about that dog. She coming down off Madeline's Outlaw daughter. So which would probably be your pure outlaw dog with about 25% more of the rest of the stuff Madeline was putting in him. 75% outlaw. But this is the dog Goody. But I'm not sure if that's the pumpkin dog you was talking about, fam. You know, let me check the chat again, see if you know TTG pumpkin. Okay, I got you. Let me check that out real quick then. TTG. Okay, I got it. Make sure y'all seeing the same thing I'm seeing. Let me make the screen bigger. Okay. That dog come third generation. They got Loose Cannon Boys, Black Magic. Let me go in the fourth generation. I'll start with the fourth. Champion S&M's Ozzy. The Don is coming down off of Champion Thrift Bobby Jr. Champion Abraham's Queen of Hearts. Bobby Thrift Jr., Queen of Hearts. Okay. Then we got Loose Cannon Boys, Black Magic. Let's see what that's coming off of. I'm in the fourth generation of this dog now. That's more Bobby Thrift Jr. Same way. Abraham Queen of Hearts on the bottom side. So as I'm in the fourth generation of Pumpkin, so far we Bobby Thrift Jr. Let me check Keaton's Brutus, which is in the fourth generation. Okay, that's Keaton's Brutus. Turtle Buster, Abernathy's Bosco, Champion Jones, Josh. Okay. Loose Cannon Boy, Black Magic. So it's bred similar on the bottom side, the same way it is on top. What you got something off that, bro? Look, me bred off that Bobby Thrift Jr. pretty heavy. Look, be pretty heavy on that Bobby Thrift Jr. Yeah, Boyle's Turtle Buster. That's what it looked like too. Boyle's Turtle Buster. Let me see what this Jump Boys black lady. No, that Bobby Thrift Jr. That's Bobby Thrift Jr. Queen of Hearts. They got that Queen of Hearts and Bobby Thrift on the top of all that stuff right there. See what this Mead Skeletor is. Nah, I ain't gonna say that dog there ain't no champion, though. She probably bred up. She probably bred up. You talking about off the pumpkin dog on pit bulls? 2215? You talking about you got a male and a female off that pumpkin dog? Pit bull say he got a male and a female, I guess, off that pumpkin dog right there. And heavy bred up that Bobby Thrift and that Queen of Hearts on that thing. And what I'm gonna do real quick, man, before I get up out of here, I'm gonna play that news again to the brothers that maybe didn't see it. I'm gonna play it one more time. We got 67 dogs seized, federal dog fighting arrest.
67 dogs have been rescued at a Cell City. Man is facing federal dog fighting and other charges. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, a federal jury indicted 53-year-old Duntarius Bradford. Court documents revealed that Bradford had 67 fighting dogs at his Cell City home. The investigators found training equipment like injectable steroids, a homemade, quote, breeding stand used to immobilize female dogs, and other equipment. Officers also found cocaine and 5 guns. If convicted, Bradford faces a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison per count of animal fighting charge, a fine of $1 million on the cocaine charge, and a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison on the firearms charge to be served consecutively to other counts of conviction. A $250,000 fine also for each dog fighting and firearms count.
That was a little bit of news I gave you on that end. And then I had this other brother up here show you that real quick as well.
Local man has been arrested on 19 counts of dog fighting, according to Floyd County Jail records and an arrest warrant. 38-year-old Michael Cortez Kent had multiple pit-type dogs on his E2nd Ave property in Lindale, along with training equipment and medications associated with dog fighting. There were dogs on the property that had previously fought and had scars and other wounds in different stages of healing.
Now, one thing I will say, until we see these dogs, when they talk different situations, you can't even pass judgment on brothers, because how a lot of times brothers not fighting their dogs, and you're getting a dog fighting charge. So for me to pull up an article and be like, oh, use a dog fighter, nah, I can't do that. I can only give you the article because I know myself, common sense. No, I know how they doing it. So there's a good chance that brother ain't did nothing with them dogs. And the media gonna make them look a certain kind of way. They're gonna make them look a certain kind of way. And they're gonna run with it, and they're gonna, make them look bad as they can make them look. Then next thing you know, 2 or 3 weeks later, he be indicted by a grand jury. After they done made them look bad and all that stuff. So like I say, I can't pass judgment or talk like, oh man, only thing I say is about them drugs. A lot of times, brothers, it bring a lot of unwanted heat. You know what I'm saying? A lot of unwanted heat on other things that shouldn't be involved with it. You know what I'm saying? The boys say they need a black dog down there. The boys say they need a black dog. I tell you what, them black dogs be looking good when you get them, when you got them looking good. The only thing I hate about ain't but one thing I hate about a black dog, and you already know what it is. They scar up too dang on bad. It don't make no difference what kind of scars it is. You can be a dog that's just trying to climb up under the fence all the time. Them scars gonna show, man. You gotta stay on them black dogs. Now, if you staying on them and you keeping his skin looking good and sleek, you gonna have a nice looking dog there, buddy. Oh yeah, man. Now I wonder they ain't locked no Arabs or nothing like that up with no dogs. I don't think. Only been locking up is the black and the white brothers and the Mexican brothers. You know what I'm saying? If you look like that, you get locked up too. If you look like any of the three, but I don't, I guess yeah, our Arab brothers ain't really into dogs like that. So it's really an American pastime thing, man. It's really an American pastime thing, and our Mexican brothers, they've been right there with us. Because a lot of the Indian brothers, it's American pastime, and when it comes to America, it's the white brothers, the black brothers, and the Indian brothers. And the Mexican brothers. Forget what they talking about the Mexican border. Let's talk about real shit before the borders and all that stuff got put up. You know what I'm saying? Way back in the days. All them brothers probably Native Americans, man. Been here before any of us or any people that came over when they came over. So it's just I guess we the only ones like it like that, Big Eli. One thing about America, man, America breed pet lovers. So that's another thing, man. Just America alone probably got more pet lovers than any other country. America probably got more pet lovers. America, the country, probably got more pet lovers than Europe, the continent. Or Africa, the continent. I'm almost certain America got more dogs, pet owners than Africa, the continent. And Africa probably, 10 times bigger than America? For a land mass? So it's just some dog lovers over here, man. Them folk know it. And they know how to, they done figure the system out, man. A lot of brothers getting paid, how they got to get paid, and everybody love dogs. And the thing about it, that same brother right there would have got jammed up with the same cocaine that he got jammed up with, the same guns, and 10 molly wires, he would have never been in no trouble. With the same medicine, with the same treadmills, he would have never been in no trouble. You know what I'm saying? With the same dog papers, same magazines, have pit bull magazines in the house, but got molly wires in the yard. Would have never been no trouble, man. It's stereotypical when it come to these dogs. They stereotyping when they come to these pit bulls. You automatically get that tag on you, and that's we're gonna fight for it for a long time. We'll be fighting for it for a long time. A lot of good brothers will go down for nothing. A lot of good brothers gonna go down pleading dog fighting cases, right? Let me show you. You gonna plead all this stuff. You ain't dog fight, but you got more serious stuff to worry about. You know what I'm saying? So you don't care about pleading to some bullshit like dog fighting. We can't get you nothing but 2 years or something. A lot of brothers gonna take them pleas and be case probation up. Failing up. You can't get what you want to get. You can't, vote when you want to vote, just because you got to take a plea because they know, they put them dogs on you. King Long's wife said you may eventually get real silvers through black coats. Now, that's a good statement you made, King Long's wife. That give me 5 more minutes to talk. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. This is my opinion. I seen a brother up there on Facebook say they was talking about the blues, right? And he posted up a blue dog came from Tom Garner house. The dog wasn't blue. The dog is black. You know, that black that y'all be seeing and calling that blue, that blackish, reddish, blackish, dusty looking black, that ain't blue, man. When we say silver, you know we talking about them blue dogs, silver colored dogs, like my fam down there in the chat. My fam Blueprint got silver color dogs. Better known as purple dogs, or better known as blue dogs. You know, now to the brothers who got blue dogs, they gonna feel the same way when you say, oh, this is a silver dog or this is a blue dog, right? And then you bring the dog out and it's a black dog. The brothers feel the same way, man. Why you saying it's a blue dog for when it's a black dog? You have to watch brothers like that, making them brothers who do the bully breeders and the blue pit bull breeders or whatever, breeders they do. They have to watch for brothers who don't got blue dogs and bringing them out and saying they blue and they black. They get there and hold this dog black, man. You can't. We ain't want to breed with. We want a blue dog, man. We want no black dog. So go both ways, man. We just in the community, the pit bull community, but them brothers over there get brothers who be lying about blues and they come over there, they be black. Silver, that silver color, like the color on my profile, when you see my voice and you can see it go up and down, like that little color, that's what I call silver. What they call seals. Some brothers say seal. Seals are that color, like a silver color. But I don't think, I don't think them dogs that Tom Garner got or Mr. Boudreaux got gonna produce a silver dog. I could be wrong. And if it do, because when you breed dogs and they tight, sometimes that diluted stuff and, things come out. Things come out and things happen. We can't explain it sometimes. Like we can't explain them Rottweiler dogs and hoes. So things happen sometimes. Now, if they got blue skin, the skin wise, man, when it comes to that skin, I'm not a blue, a master of that blue stuff. I don't really know about that blue stuff like that. I just know it's a trait that you can't just get by breeding two dogs that don't got it in them already. I know that part, and I know it's like a dilute of black, but as far as the skin and all that, I'm not real. I got to do some more studying on that stuff, Courtney Edwards. Salute to you too, fam. Dropping in tonight. I got to do some more studying on that, man, when it comes to that blue skin and, because he might have a light color coat, and if his skin a dark color, he might show a shade of a different color. Yeah. But I tell you what, man, the prettiest blue dog I ever seen in my life, and this was a pit bull. I know this shit for a fact. This wasn't no bully dog. I don't know how they got the dog this color, but this dog right here was shaped like Macho Buck, them dogs. But it was blue. And when I say blue, I'm talking about dark blue, not no black. I'm talking about expensive blue. When you look at the dog, when you look at him, this dog right here costs some money. And I'm talking about, this a pit bull. This wasn't no bully. This wasn't no, could be a bully. Nah, this was a real slender, real shaped pit bull. And this dog was dark color purple, man, not a bit of white on his body. Maybe he had a small quarter-size piece, a diamond or something in his chest. But I'm talking about he was solid purple. That was the true meaning of purple right there. He wasn't purple, but he was dark blue. Dark blue. And it wasn't to be confused with black. You would have never thought this dog was black when you see it. You'd be like, boy, who you done went and bred one of them Jeep dogs with, one of them blue dogs? But this didn't look like a small game dog. It was a big dog. It wasn't bully big. It had long legs up on him. He looked like he was probably about 49, 50 pounds. A good 49, 50 pounds. Prettiest blue dog I ever seen in my life. A foreign brother had him. I want to say either Asian brother or like a Arab brother type brother had him in Seaway back. This is probably about in the early 2000s, late 90s. And he's you know, I seen him for a few weeks. He was staying around. I seen him walking the dog through the city, and I ain't never really seen him no more. No, I never seen a brother Courtney Evans. It was actually, have I seen a black dog with red skin on it? No, I haven't myself. You know, I haven't myself. Not saying it's not out there. I tell you what, them funny color black dogs that you look at them in the sun and they look red. It's something about them dogs, you know, that the skin is some other color. You know, you look at them certain directions, they look kind of like a rusty color, reddish color, but they're really black. Like they got red tint to their hair or something. Same way you got all them shades of buckskin and all them shades of brown, you got all different shades of black too. Light black, dark black, ashy black. Yeah, like that copper. That copper is more like your seal color, almost like copper would be considered, to me, copper would be considered like the seal color. Now, Courtney Edwards, we were just talking about that other day, the black dog with a red nose. Now, I heard people say that way back in the days, they had a black dog with a red nose, you know, but the people that I heard say this wasn't game dog people. It was people that just pit bull lovers, you know what I'm saying? But not saying that it exists, but I'm quite sure if it do exist, it's going to be a beautiful dog, you know? That's going to be a pretty dog, black with any type of red tint to the nose. So you can see some type of redness coming off in the nose. Not pigment, lack of pigment, but a real red tint in the black part of the nose. That'd be a pretty dog. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna keep y'all brothers here too long tonight, man. I was just dropping in, giving y'all that news. I gave it to you. You know, y'all enjoy y'all football Sunday. Brother J-Bo dropped tomorrow, and all the other brothers that drop on Sunday. I ain't dropping tomorrow. I'll see y'all again on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Legion Fury say he had a blue one with a pink nose. I bet you that was a nice looking one there, wasn't it, Legion? He might be was inbred. He might be had a little inbreed in him somewhere. Hey, that's the thing, Courtney Edwards, man. A lot of them dogs, especially when they real pit bulls, some of them colors, man, they getting extinct. That's what we was talking about a while back as well. With the regular pit bulls, a lot of these colors, it's like we used to see them, but we don't see them no more. Like, okay, now Midnight Blue, the one I was talking about would have been more like he was more like just like your dark silver dogs, like your regular blue line dogs, but just keep getting darker, getting closer to the black. But when I say it's not gonna be no confusion that, oh, that's a black dog. Nah, you gonna see that's a blue dog from a distance. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be that he's so black, so blue, that dark blue that he look black. So you can kind of say, I guess it's like a midnight. You could call it a midnight, I would say, probably. And I know that was a pit bull, man. Now that I think about it, I seen more brothers in old days that had blue color pit bulls. I'm talking about these real pit bulls. Then you see modern day times with real pit bulls. The ones I seen back in the days was real pits. I don't know what the bloodlines was. I'm not here to talk about no bloods. I'm just talking about as far as the actual structure of the dog. the look of the dog, whether he was bred with a pit and another kind of dog, I don't know. I know the dog had papers on him, and the dog was a pit bull. It had AKC papers on him, or one of them like them type of dog papers. It had no ADBA papers. Had the ears flap over on his head. Man, I wish I had pictures of the dog. The other pits that was labeled as a pit bull. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all tonight, man. You know, I was giving y'all that news. I see y'all fellas and ladies Monday. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Remember, y'all got it first, man. PBK9 Dog Talking News. I appreciate all y'all in the chat rocking with me tonight, man. Y'all stay safe out there and enjoy y'all Saturday, man. Enjoy y'all Saturday from South Carolina to California. We holding it down, man. We out.